All right, guys, if you're there, shoot me a message. Oh, right. How is everybody doing today? Guys, if you're alive, shoot me a message. Shoot me a message. Let me know you're alive. Your excitement gets me excited. All right. Hello, Aaron 310. Brussy Charlie. Nice of you to join us from all the way. What is that? Brussels? Jared Allen. What's up, buddy? How are you? Right on. This is great. Yes, we are. That's right. We are alive. And, I'm trying to set up another thing, guys, so I could see the periscope a little bit better, but apparently I ain't got it going over there. So if you're over in YouTube, shoot me a message, let me know. Ready to rock and roll. Right on, Christina, Brussy, Charlie, Netherlands. That's, you're going to have to forgive me, Charlie, as an ignorant American. Our European geography gets a little bit muddled at times. And, but I'm certainly well aware that Brussels and the Netherlands are two different countries, and I would never insult you in that manner. All right. So we are, Sylvie, hello. All right. So we are live over there. And it's kind of odd. I was hoping it would pop up in the periscope. Anyway, so guys, Alvin, right on, buddy. All the way from Crimea. You using new hair mousse? No, it's going to be an out of control hair from now on. This is bad hair day from now on. This has been a running theme. I think more people are tuning in just to see what my hair looks like than actually hear what I'm speaking about. I'm used to go along with people from the US. That's right. All right, guys. So I have a lot of things I want to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about some tips to help overriding rejection. Sarah wrote in with that question yesterday. I'll help you guys with that. And then also, I want to talk about the 3 levels of rapport. Right on, Jaron. Yeah, we're talking about the 3 levels of rapport today and how you can use them effectively to make great connections. The wig, man. Hairdressers can open it there in June. So here's the thing, guys. You know what? I'm going to just check something that'll help me out here. There we go. That makes it better. All right. So here's something, guys. So every morning I wake up in a panic because I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Oh my God, I don't have anything to talk about. By the time I start working out, a few ideas come together. By the time I'm in the shower, I got so many ideas that then I'm like, oh, well, now I'll have to do that tomorrow. I'll have to do that the next day. It's hilarious. But yet, even though I'm setting things aside, I still go in this panic mode. I don't know if that's ever going to end. It's just constant in the mornings. But I do this for the certainty out of uncertainty. And this is what I was going to go with. My friend from Texas, Free Candy, who's listening, she's mentioning that Texas is opening up this week, and she wanted to hear my calm, cool voice as everyone there are freaking out. Calm and cool voice, I don't know. However, if I'm a calming voice for you, fantastic. Tally says Valium works wonders. Or is that Valium? Oh, is that a hairspray? Is that what you're referring to? So I wore this shirt for my Texas friend. She understands the old well. Jimmy Jack on Periscope says I would like to speak to my manager, Karen. Yeah, exactly. That's where this shit is going, guys. It's going in the Karen mode. So a lot of places are going to be opening up. In fact, Texas is so big. I mean, if any of you guys have ever been through Texas, it's expansive. I mean, it is massive. Yeah, those cities like Austin and Dallas and Houston, they're quite busy. I mean, they're quite large cities, but it is still incredibly spread out. So, I'm sure a lot of people are a bit nervous, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited. We here in Los Angeles are on the slow track. I mean, Gavin Newsom yesterday said that it's going to be quite some time. We're in stage 1, which is just lockdown. Stage 2 is not going to start until, he said, between 2 and 6 weeks. 2 and 6 weeks is so long that the reality of that, he said 2 to 6 to not make people freak out, but 6 as in that's probably what it's going to be looking like. So I, of course, want Texas as being on the fast track to continue to do quite well, because it would dictate for the rest of the country how things are going to play out. Georgia had already started opening some things last week. Obviously, I want the best. I want to get out of this mess. This whole thing's just, a bit crazy for all of us. As I've been saying, it's a forced psychological experiment. How many weeks has this been? For myself, I believe I'm moving into the 8th week. That's difficult. Without work, I put this together so I could create some certainty out of uncertainty, just to break up the days, to give me something to do, something to focus on. The other thing about it is, because I'm an entrepreneur, AJ and I, my business partner here at The Art of Charm, we haven't been doing anything but working. In fact, we've been working so much that I've gotten to the point today where I'm like, I have to dial back. I'm going to drive myself nuts. Only because I have all this time and I want to be using it constructively, and I get bent out of shape when I'm not. But I've also, because I'm not leaving the house, because I don't have anything else to do, I'm stuck here. I just keep plugging away. I just start working, and then I don't really think about it. And next thing I know, 8 hours in of, and I'm doing busy work. Like, let me tell you what I've just been done, what I have been doing for the last 5 days, and I'm going to stop. Me and an employee went back through YouTube for the last year and a half, making sure that the descriptions and the titles and tags were relevant to the show. That's the kind of insane busy work that I've been doing. We'll be your guinea pigs. That's right. That's right. Oh, Sean has joined. Well, I'm about to bring up Sean in just a minute. So I realized yesterday that I was burnt out a bit on social media and doing all this work. And a lot of it's work that it needed to be done. And now that I'm in quarantine and I'm just plugging away at it because, as I mentioned, I feel guilty when I don't exchange my time for an ROI, meaning I'm not getting something from it. It's not productive. And I need to chill out because I've certainly been working myself up a bit to where my brain is a bit scrambled. So Sean Berry has just joined us. Sean, if you don't know, has sent me some rack coffee last week, and is my new favorite coffee, Random Acts of Kindness Coffee. Check it out. And I wanted to let you guys know that my mug, rack coffee mug, is finally rolled in. So not only do you get some of the best coffee that goes to a charity, Random Act of Kindness is now building, I believe, schools in impoverished areas of Mexico. But it it donates part of their proceeds to a charity, and it is random acts of kindness should be part of everybody's day. Absolutely. And not only is this mug super rad, says good coffee for good people. I'm good people. See that? That made my day. So Sean, thank you once again. The coffee has been wonderful, and I'm happy to have gotten the cup. All right, so let's move on. Sorry to been running my mouth. I had a lot to say this morning, guys, but I am super excited. All right, so yesterday I had brought up this idea of overriding the rejection mechanism by overloading it with logic. Because here's the thing about it. Number one, we can't look at it as rejection. This is the old psychological experiment. As if I told you not to think about a pink elephant, the first thing you're going to do is think about a pink elephant. You have to rewire the way you look at something in order to spin it and recreate your belief in it as a positive. That takes time, but you can also actively work on the process rather than hoping it just happens. You see, a lot of things in our life, if we are not actively pursuing them, we deal with them in a very passive manner. Now, if rejection is something that is bothering you, and that is something that bothers everybody up until a certain point, until you actively work on it, and then you move beyond it. And once you move beyond it, you can find something else to work on. This becomes the ever loving treadmill of self-development, where you're always just looking for the next little thing. And so if you're at the rejection phenomenon, if you're at the rejection point and you want to move beyond that, here's how you actively work on it. Now, yesterday I talked about putting so much logic over the emotion that it can override it, but also actively pursuing rejection as something fun helps you change the way you look at it. Now, granted, all of us are right here we're still stuck for a few weeks, but things will slowly open up. Sarah, I don't know where you live, but hopefully where you are will slowly start opening up and you can get to work on this. However, if you're still at stay-at-home quarantine, there's things you can do right now. One, use this communication device that we have, our phones, our computers, our iPads, and start reaching out to people. Try to get no's. You see, if you reverse the logic of it, if you try to get people to say no, well, now you're changing the frame. And here's what else happens. Once you start getting yeses, you start to see, yes, absolutely, you could do this right now. Once you start getting yeses, you will see that your fear of no, number one, isn't as warranted as much as you think it is. You've beaten that beast down. You've also chased it. So you've made it a game where you're looking for the thing that you in the past have been avoiding. And now on chasing it, it becomes the thing that eludes you. And it's a fun frame flip. And once you have some fun with that and you actively flip the way you look at it, it is now not the pink elephant anymore. It is now just a silly term. It is now has no emotional hold. You've moved beyond that. And here's what's great about this. Once you decide to actively pursue any of the belief structures that you have in order to change them, it takes roughly about a month. A month of pursuing it every day as for fun. So think of it this way. Think about every day. What can you do to throw yourself into the fire of chasing a no? So here, if we're talking about doing it from home, reach out to content creators. Ask them. So I don't know what you're into, and I've been saying this on the show, but content creators, everyone's stuck at home. So here's an opportunity to reach out and to some of your content creators and ask them to have a cup of coffee with you. Chase the no. Let them know that you enjoy their work and that you would love to say hello and ask them a few questions, and it would mean the world to you. Chase that no. Will some people say no? Sure. Will some people just not write back? Sure. Will some people say yes? Yes, they will. And it will blow your mind. So for some of you who are on this call, I call it a call. For some of you who are watching this show, that's what happens when you're talking into your phone and you're half boomer. Everything's you're on a call. If you're watching this show and you interact with the Art of Charm on social media, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, you interact with me. I'm the front end of the company. AJ's handling websites and tech and the marketing and all the other stuff. He throws me out front. I'm here talking with all you guys. Now, if you interact with me on any of those platforms, you know that I talk to people all day. I'm answering questions. Social influencers have egos. That's a broad general term, Tali. In fact, you can't say that. That's a sweeping generalization. Stop that. Now, you would know that I chat with everybody. In fact, I have been on calls and Zooms with more people in the last few months than ever before, which is great. It's a lot of fun. And so chase the nose. Woody Belfer. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well, and thanks for joining. So reach out, have some fun, chase the nose, reverse the way that you're looking at rejection. As I mentioned yesterday, it's only rejection if you call it rejection, if you view it in rejection. It is a word that you have been conditioned to run from. It doesn't have to be that way. There is work that you can do that switches the frame, the lens on how you view that, and now all of a sudden it becomes something to chase. And for anybody who knows, if you chase fame, if you chase views, if you chase money, you would know that the minute you begin to chase those things, they start to run, just like a little dog. So the way you flip it around is the way that you handle such a belief. So it's very important that you get to work on that and have some fun with it. So that was what I wanted to roll up for the overriding. Now, I've also told you guys that I would talk about the 3 levels of rapport and how to use them. This is something that you can find in our Communication Accelerator. It is in the link tree in Instagram, and it is in the Twitter bio, and it is on our website and the descriptions of YouTube. Yes, absolutely. There you go. Today, Woody, today's topic, we're getting into it. We're doing rapport right now. So there's 3 levels of rapport. And if you enjoy this and want to learn more about it, check out the Accelerator, link tree, bio, description. Now, with the 3 levels of rapport, by understanding how they work, you open yourself up to understanding the back and forth process of connection. So the first thing we have to understand is, what is rapport? Well, rapport in and itself is the building of trust. And if I want to connect with you, then the way that we connect is by opening ourselves up to trust each other at a certain level. And there's 3 levels of trust in which I have the opportunity to open up to you. Now, what a lot of people get confused about and what they don't understand is that even though you might be ready to open up and be vulnerable with somebody, it doesn't make the other person so. They, on their own time, have to come to a point that they feel comfortable enough to do that and open up as well. It has to be mutual on both sides. However, you can open the doors to allow the person on the other side of the conversation to walk through, to make their journey into trusting you easier. On their own, they still need to accept and to be ready to open. You can't force anyone to do anything. Always remember that. However, you can certainly influence them. You can certainly persuade them. And by opening the doors of rapport, you are allowing for that trust to be built that much easier. Do you all want to learn how to do that? You all want to know the doors to open up? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, I want you to think about rapport and the building of trust like a cave. And let's say that the person that you're looking to build this trust with is, let's say, walking up to this cave. You're walking up with the person that you're looking to build trust with. Now, we're standing in front of this cave. You look inside, it's dark, it's scary, you've never been in before. And now you're asking the person that you walked up to this cave, hey, listen, I know it's dark in there. I know it looks scary, but actually it's quite fine. Go ahead in. You first. They're going to look at you as if you're crazy. You have to walk in there with them. You have to be willing to lead. You can't just walk up to the cave of rapport and tell them, hey, jump in. It's all going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I know it looks scary, but trust me. It doesn't work that way. So how do you persuade them to go in? You have to be open and willing to walk into that cave with them. And first, you have to be able and willing to walk in and lead them into the cave. So how are we going to do that? Well, you have to understand the 3 levels. And the first one that you're going to walk in, yes, I'm going to tell you how to do it, Tully. You're going to walk into the cave first, and then the first chamber is the first level of rapport. We call it light self-disclosure. Light self-disclosure is lighthearted, fun, amusing anecdotes. What is Jennifer? Yes, it can. It is this stuff is super fun. All right. Look who joined. AJ has joined. All right. So as you're walking up to the cave, you go in. The first level of this cave is light self-disclosure. Lighthearted, fun, amusing anecdotes to yourself and the world around you. And this is the first chamber that you're going to lead into and open up in this cave analogy. How do you do that? Well, if I was to tell you a story about being in 3rd grade, shaking up my chocolate milk in the cafeteria with my friends, laughing, carrying on, only in that moment of shaking that chocolate milk did I realize that I had already opened it and chocolate milk goes everywhere and it's flying all over the place. Well, it is in that moment that I'm going to feel some humiliation, some embarrassment. And now I am telling you this story after 40 years. Now, everyone who's listening to this can relate to that story. You have that moment in your life. And after telling you this story, you're going to have a natural emotional response to want to connect with me. You're going to want to tell that story. You're going to want to tell a story of an embarrassing moment that had happened to you as a child. So as I've walked into this cave, now you're following. See how this works? And now we've opened up another chamber door. Now, we prepare ourselves to walk into the next level. The level of risk to walk into the first part of that cave with me is small. Though we're able to relate, you're not able to you don't have to risk very much. You don't have to put at risk any information that would allow me to be able to influence or manipulate you. That is the trust that we're building, that each of us giving this information to each other will use that to bond. This is the trust that we are building together. So the next level is medium self-disclosure. This is beliefs, ideas, feelings, and opinions about ourselves and the world around us. This is the next level. This is after sharing first level self-disclosure, we're able to we feel comfortable. Now we're going to walk into the next level of the cave. This information carries much more risk. Why? Because you're dealing with belief structures. You're dealing with self-expression. You're dealing with opinions and beliefs and ideas that if I expose you to them, I have a chance to be unaccepted or rejected or shunned off for my views. This is what everyone is feuding about on Facebook. Facebook and social media shouldn't be a place where everyone just starts spouting their beliefs. But yet here we are, and this is where we're in all this trouble. Regardless, let's not get into all that right in the moment. Let's finish our analogy. So I'm going to offer some medium disclosure, some beliefs, some ideas, and some opinions that I have. Now, if you continue to trust me, at this point, you are going to match me. You're going to start giving me your beliefs, opinions, feelings, and ideas. And we now have moved into the second level of rapport. We're on equal footing, and we both have built up the same amount of trust with each other, which allows us then to walk into the third level, which is high disclosure, which is desires, fears, and insecurities about ourselves and the world around us. That is the most sacred information that we have about each other. This is where the most trust gets built, because I'm handing you my insecurities. And if you are willing to use them for your own advantage to crush me, well, that's a terrifying experience. For every time that you handed your insecurities to somebody and they use them against you, that is going to be that much harder for you to open up or walk into that chamber again. And as we get older, we sustain damage in these relationships that we've been in and just through life, where we are a little bit more guarded upon who we let into our lives and who we trust. So that is the final level. Those are the three levels of rapport, and that's how you use them and you influence people into being able to trust you. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you dig that, you want more of that, check out the Communication Accelerator. It is in our link tree, and it is in our Twitter bio, and it is in the description of our YouTube. There's all these communication tricks and more over our studies and expert guests and online and in-person programs for over the last 15 years of business. And it is incredibly powerful. And you can use all this stuff with friends and family and practice and get better so that you can start building a wonderful life for yourself with the best, amazing people around you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the hearts. You guys are rad. I'm going to head out. Animal thanks you. Yes. Rat Coffee thanks you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for the mug that I finally got in the mail. And I will see all you wonderful, charming people tomorrow. Thank you very much. I've had a great day. You guys have a great day. Let's have an awesome day. And see you tomorrow. Woo! Right on, Sylvie. Right on, Jennifer. Cheers, guys.